Ever.
So one of the things that I was really struck by over the course of this whole week was how everything was integrated, and it wasn't like, you go to this class, like this class is about something we're studying, and then over here to play, and then over here to do this. It was all just sort of a interweaving stew of activity where one thing dovetailed into the next, which I think is great. And as I was telling you before, I think it's awesome that it was not in a traditional school environment, like in practice rooms and ensembles room, where it was like music happens at school and then life is the thing that happens outside. This was about, really, to me, it was about how the two go together, in so many different ways. Not only about playing or what communicating through playing or communicating through writing mean, but also how that integrates with setting your life up so that you can keep doing those two things, which is information that I don't know what other music schools are really doing that in any way, shape, or form. I probably not any at this point.
And how was that for you as an artist and an educator?
Well, it's great because, first of all, there was enough time to. This is the kind of thing that requires time. It's not an hour lesson. Okay, today's hour lesson we're going to talk about some technique, and then next hour lesson is going to be some improvisation, and then the next one will be we'll talk about some life or music business skills. I mean, that's what I mean about the integration. There's enough time for things to sink in and go off on tangents and come back and just really soak in a lot of information that you just couldn't get from, I don't think, couldn't get from a classroom setting the same way. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So for me, as the one who's lucky enough to be kind of working with the kids and sharing my experience with them, I love that could just go any which way. That they have a question about this, and now, all right, let's talk about that. A question about this, let's talk about that. Because that's what I would have loved something like that when I was younger. Just the sort of not only the more formal instruction, but just the hang time and just getting to, you just want to kind of soak up stuff from people that you want to know what they know, and a lot of that comes from just being around them, I think.
So do you think that this kind of situation affects your playing in general? Or did you see jumps in the students this week?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think I did. So much of it is, will really take time to. I think it's really about planting seeds that are gonna blossom later. I think that's the main thing. So it's not about, hey, on Monday I showed you these hot licks, and on Friday you were playing them in your solo. That's great. But what I noticed was a different thought process. I think a new perspective that they were putting on their own playing. A different way to think about something, coming at it from a different angle. And I saw that begin to manifest itself. And by the end of the week, definitely showing up. And you could, I could see it on certain faces and certain just a different consciousness about what they were doing.
Do you have any other last thoughts?
It's been a really great experience. I would highly recommend it to anybody who's at this place in their development that needs these next steps. I think it's a really cool niche. It's not for everybody. It's not for, like we were talking about before. You have to already have these skills together. Got to have this, but you have no idea how you're going to get to this. And this week has been about that middle ground, like how you get there.
Good.
All right. I'll send Noam.
I know, so you're good.